NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And a less than desirable return as he's out of bounds at the 15-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
The numbers for Williams a week ago, 12 carries, 53 yards.
Well, obviously, he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame, he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
7 yards there and a first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
On second down, a run with Gibson. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Now it's Fields. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Here's Fields. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Seahawksins are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win. No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
On 2nd and 10, Fields. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Fields. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
Now a 1st down carry, it's Williams. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Here's Carr. This is caught. It's Boyd. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Javonte Williams with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Fields it right around the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
But look at the numbers for Harrison last week's game. 12 carries, 75 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know, he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. The Cardinals at 7-2 here on the year, and they come in off a loss last time out, but they're still in the midst of a good stretch here, CD. Winners of 7 of their last 9.
And they only scored 7 points in their last game, and that's absolutely not going to cut it in the NFL, because points, they have to be scored in order to win. They've got to find a way to generate some more offense.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run again with Harris. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it, memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't ever pursue and let a guy get a cut by land on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Under pressure, and he'll go sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. It's no secret they have been struggling big time. They've gone 2 months without a win, 8 straight losses. But right now they do have the lead. To about the 35, 2nd down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Carr. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. Now Fields going to keep it running left. And he stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Now Fields.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked up 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Russell. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 34-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He finds his man, complete. It's Russell. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
He winds up getting only a couple of the 29.
I do know from experience that if you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on your quarterback because they control it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Got an open man, finds Gibson.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 14. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. 1st down.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Harris running straight ahead, and he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Damian Harris, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Cardinals are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And we are tied at 7. That time a 9-play drive. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The Seahawks on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Carr. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Here comes Webster.
1:55 left to go in the first half of play. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
This is Smith with a grab. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Fields going to hurry his guys to the line. Again, it's Harris on second down.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On first down, it's Fields. And complete to Drake London.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Throws right back to London, complete again. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Fields going to hold on to it.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Justin Fields.
A 3-yard run as he kept it himself.
And the Cardinals will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
On 1st 1st and 10. Here's Carr. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. Shifts by him, and down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Carr now on 1st down. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there. It's 2nd down. To throw, it's Carr. He's got Anderson right side. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 44-yard line. Carr now to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. And this is off target to the left, didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Cardinals to take over, trying to erase the memory of last week when they dropped one to the Minnesota Vikings. They're in the driver's seat right now with the lead. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 46 yards on the ground for him so far.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw there taken in by Smith. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Rolling to his left.
That's brought in downfield by London.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
They'll toss to Harris. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite the lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, they got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And it's caught. Touchdown. Drake London from 19 yards away. And the Cardinals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, their next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
A give up the middle to Gibson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. Kayvon Thibodeau in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr, he'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Fields going to keep it once more. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 76 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Now a first down carry for Harris.
No gain on the play there, second down.
This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Fields. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. From the gun, here's Fields. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. Touchdown, Cardinals! From 3 yards out. And the Cardinals look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Now Carr, got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it, but can't convert. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. They hand this off to Harris. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Here's another carry for Harris. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Fields now to throw. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Cards add on to their fourth quarter lead, and they are on their way to improving to 8-2. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the... And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
To throw again on second down. Carr into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Carr now on first down. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Kayvon Thibodeau able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Carr. And he'll just get rid of it.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and giving him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Webster now to return. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Cardinals offense ready to set up shop. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Quick slant here to Smith. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
The Cardinals on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
They'll run again with Harris. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. On the ground, it's Harris. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. 131 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Harris. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
McPherson on for the point after.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A 10-play drive that time. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken from about the 12. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
And Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, we're all